Hello vinyl collectors. In this video I'd like to talk about the group 10 Years After. If you're like me, a lot of other people, you discovered this group by either listening to the Woodstock Festival or watching the DVD of the film. 10 Years After was at the Woodstock Festival, and their performance was amazing. I think it's the best performance at the Woodstock Festival, and Santana did a very good performance as well. But watching Elvin Lee on guitar and Lee Leon's on bass, those guys were amazing. So anyways, 10 Years After is a group that of course was popular in the late 60s, early 70s, UK blues band. Their very first album was self-titled 10 Years After. They were signed to the Decca label, and their albums were pressed on the Duran label. This particular one is pretty much just straight up blues. They're like heavy blues, electric blues, and there isn't too much original material. It's mostly covers on this particular one. In later albums, Elvin Lee will write most of the material for the group. That particular one came out on thinking around either 67 or 68. That one actually was still in the shrink wrap, has the original price on it. The next one that come out then is Undead, which is actually sort of like a live performance in a small jazz club. This was recorded in 1968. This is the one, on this one, I'm Going Home, which is the one performed at the Woodstock Festival that so many people were impressed with. This is a very good live album, very good, worth picking up if you see it. Next one, Stonehenge, second studio album. This one is different, although it still has like the blues elements to it. A lot of I don't know how to say, maybe like experimenting, a lot more sort of percussion. It's definitely different from the first album. It's maybe an acquired taste. If you're like straight up blues, you may not like this one quite as much. If you like something a little bit different, a little bit more avant-garde, then this album might appeal to you. And this came out in 1969. The next one, the third studio album, is Shh. It looks like this. 1969. This one reached number 4 on the UK charts, this album. It reached number 20 on the US charts. Another very good album. Again, predominantly blues. By now, Elvin Lee is writing most all the material that the band is performing. The next one, Cricklewood Green. I don't know if this is a gatefold or not. Yeah, it is. It was released in 1970. Again, sort of the heavy blues sound. And the next one here is, I guess pronounced Watt. Fifth studio album, recorded in 1970. One live track on here, which is a Chuck Berry tune. It's a Sweet Little 16. Sort of following in the same vein as their previous albums. Now, after that album, they switched labels, and in the United States, they were now on the Columbia label. And this one came out as Space in Time, which is 1971. This personally is my favorite album by the band, though a lot of people argue that it's more commercial than some of the previous albums. I don't really agree. I think it's just a slightly different sound. This is a little bit maybe faster, a little bit more rock and roll-y type blues, whatever, but really good album, in my opinion. I think this one reached number 17 on the Billboard charts. The next one, Rock and Roll Music to the World, 1972. Strong album by the group. And then this is the last studio album by the group. And this is Positive Vibrations. Again, it is on the Columbia label. I think this came out, released around 1974. It was just after this that the band broke up. This one reached number 81 on the Billboard charts. It's pretty good though, like through the 8 studio albums, the core of the band is pretty much stuck together. Rick Lee, Chick Churchill, Elvin Lee, of course, doing the guitar and all the vocal work. So, and Leo Leon's on bass, tremendous bass player. Does a tremendous job on the Woodstock video. We have a live album here. I think, yeah, recorded live 10 years after. She came out, and I think this is 1973, I think it is. Recorded live. I think it was recorded like in Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Frankfurt. Recorded over a 4-night period. This is 2 discs, and on this one, I believe they're doing, going, let me just have a quick look here. Yeah, I'm Going Home is on this one as well. Good album. Then the final album I have is an album that was, I think, put out by Duran when they switched to Columbia, and this is sort of like containing tracks that didn't make it on the original studio albums, or might be alternative versions of some of the songs released on the previous albums. And this came out here, I think 1972. But after the album Positive Vibrations, which is in 74, the group broke up. They did get together and do a few shows. I think they did a few in 1988, a few in 1994. They got back together again in 2003, but then the band, I think that they kicked out Elvin Lee, which made no sense to me. And after that, I don't think the band lasted very longer anyway. Unfortunately, Elvin Lee died in 2013 as a result of complications from a surgical procedure. So anyway, if you're interested into sort of like the heavy 60s blues, late 60s, that's a group worth looking into. And I sort of titled this The Early Years because, like I said, they did get back together in later years, but basically from like 1967 to 1974 is the core years for the band. So anyways, as always, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.